Get ready, Techbeast TV fans. Today we're diving deep into the wild world of extreme forestry, showcasing colossal machines battling treacherous terrain. From mud bog rescues to high-tech harvesting on impossible slopes, you won't believe the power and ingenuity on display. Stick around, this is going to be epic. All right, folks, welcome to the jungle. And I mean jungle. Forget paved roads, we're talking primordial ooze, a sticky situation where the ground itself is the enemy, constantly trying to swallow machines whole. Our first contender is this beastly orange excavator, probably tipping the scales around 25 to 30 tons, looking like it wrestled a mud monster and maybe won, judging by the splatters. Its critical mission, hoisting enormous logs, easily the size of small cars, onto that waiting logging truck using a powerful hydraulic grapple with the grip strength of a T-Rex. Imagine clamping down with thousands of pounds per square inch. We're talking serious lifting power here, likely over 150 horsepower, driving those sophisticated hydraulics, capable of reaching out over 20 feet and lifting several tons with surprising ease, despite the unstable footing. But look closely at that truck, a heavy-duty rig, maybe a classic Mack or Peterbilt, its tires already sinking ominously, like it's in quicksand under the immense weight of just a few massive logs. Every single lift is a nail-biter, a calculated risk requiring immense operator skill. Will the excavator, with its impressive reach and powerful engine, manage to load up before the mud pit claims another expensive victim? Or will that truck become a permanent, muddy lawn ornament? The tension is thicker than the mud itself. But as often happens in these treacherous conditions, simply loading the cargo is only half the battle. Getting it moving is another story entirely. And then, just like that, disaster strikes. Predictable? Maybe. Avoidable? Probably not in this deep muck. The logging truck, now loaded to the absolute gills with tons of valuable timber, is officially undeniably stuck. Its wheels are spinning uselessly, the engine whining in protest. It ain't going nowhere fast, folks. But wait, cue the dramatic hero music. From that display of brute force rescue, let's pivot and check out some more specialized, high-tech machinery facing remarkably similar sticky challenges. Okay, let's shift gears and locations, though maybe not conditions. We're in a different part of the woods now, but the mud, oh yeah, the mud is clearly a universal constant in the world of forestry, it seems. Meet the Forwarder, a highly sophisticated piece of logging technology designed for a specific, crucial task. Think of it as an all-terrain timber taxi, engineered specifically for extracting logs from deep within the forest, places where trucks fear to tread. This impressive 8-wheeled marvel, possibly a John Deere or Ponce model, boasts advanced articulated steering for surprisingly nimble maneuvering in tight spots and robust bogie axles, maybe even with tracks fitted over the rear wheels like this one we see here, designed specifically for low ground pressure and maximum traction in soft, swampy ground. These machines typically run powerful, efficient engines in the 170 to 250 horsepower range and can carry impressive payloads exceeding 15 tons directly on their backs. It's literally built to handle this kind of terrain, usually, but even the best, most expensive technology has its absolute limits. Watch closely as it hits a really soft, deep patch of mud. Those specialized wide tires churn, dig desperately, and then stop. Dead in the water, or rather, dead in the mud. This multi-$100,000 machine is completely bogged down, its advanced drivetrain and traction systems utterly neutralized by the clinging mire. Well, this is certainly awkward. What now, Captain? No AAA out here. Let's momentarily leave these intense forest struggles behind us and follow the journey of the logs to see what happens once they reach the relative order of the processing yard. Okay, let's leave the mud baths and the MacGyver-style self-rescue attempts behind for a moment and follow the timber's journey onward to the next critical stage of processing. Welcome to the processing yard, a place where raw logs meet relentless, noisy industrial efficiency. Feast your eyes on the mighty log debarker. This isn't some delicate artisanal peeling operation. It's pure mechanical aggression, engineered for maximum speed and high throughput. Logs fresh from the forest roll onto the heavy-duty in-feed conveyor and are unceremoniously fed into the belly of this powerful beast. Inside, rapidly rotating cutter heads or abrasive flail chains, spinning at incredible speeds, attack the rough bark with ferocious intensity. Simultaneously, the log itself is rotated and pushed longitudinally through the machine by powerful feed rollers, ensuring the entire surface is stripped of that rough, dirty outer layer in mere seconds. What emerges is clean, smooth, usable wood, perfectly ready for the sawmill or other processing steps. Now we venture back into the wild for some serious landscaping. Executed demolition style. Forget your weekend hedge trimmers and pruning shears. Meet the formidable ASV POSI Track RT 120 Forestry Edition. This compact track loader isn't your average skid steer you might see on urban construction sites. It's a purpose-built land-clearing nightmare, riding on specialized rubber tracks and boasting around 120 horsepower, coupled with impressive high-flow hydraulics specifically designed to power extremely hungry attachments like the one it's sporting. And what an attachment it is. That ferocious red mulching head mounted up front is essentially a spinning vortex of hardened steel teeth. Think dozens of them, often carbide tipped, rotating at thousands of RPMs. We're talking hundreds, maybe even thousands of brutal impacts per minute against anything in its path. Watch it absolutely vaporize dense underbrush, small unwanted trees, tough saplings, and tangled vines. It doesn't just cut, it utterly devours the wilderness, turning previously impassable thickets into a neat flat carpet of nutrient-rich mulch in a matter of seconds. Its unique POSI track undercarriage provides incredibly low ground pressure, perhaps only 4 or 5 psi, pounds per square inch, allowing it to dance over soft, uneven terrain where heavier wheeled machines would simply sink or get hopelessly stuck. From shredding dense brush-like paper, let's turn our attention to splitting solid logs, where mechanical ingenuity takes a different but equally forceful approach. Ever spent an afternoon splitting firewood with a heavy splitting maul and stubborn wedges? Yeah, forget that exhausting, back-breaking labor. This is log splitting dialed up to 11, maybe even 12 on the power scale. Check out this gnarly-looking screw splitter. It's a machine that appears deceptively simple in its design, yet it's brutally effective and strangely mesmerizing to watch in action. That giant, menacing, cone-shaped screw, typically forged from hardened steel, is driven by either a powerful hydraulic motor or directly from a tractor's PTO shaft. It spins with relentless, unstoppable torque. We're talking potentially thousands of foot-pounds of twisting force concentrated right at that pointed tip. It bites aggressively into the end grain of that stubborn, lichen-covered log, and you can almost hear the wood fibers screaming in protest as they're inexorably torn apart from the inside out. Speaking of toughness and challenging conditions, let's rejoin another mighty forwarder as it faces an epic uphill battle against gravity and mud. Just when you thought the terrain couldn't possibly get any worse, surprise, it absolutely does. Here we go again, folks, deep in the muck. Another massive forwarder, maybe a classic timberjack or a modern John Deere powerhouse, possibly weighing close to 20 tons before even thinking about loading up, is currently engaged in an epic battle against a treacherous, swampy, deeply rutted-out trail somewhere deep within the woods. This big green giant is loaded down with tons upon tons of fresh, heavy timber, stacked high on its bunk, adding perhaps another 15 to 20 tons to its already considerable burden, we could easily be looking at a total combined weight approaching nearly 40 tons here. Look closely at those colossal wide flotation tires, completely caked in thick, clinging mud, churning like the paddle wheels on an old Mississippi steamboat, desperately clawing and searching for any hint of solid traction in the soupy earth below. From the intense struggle deep within the woods, let's transition back to the relative efficiency of the processing yard and witness some truly industrial-scale recycling in action. Welcome back to the organized chaos, noise, and dust of the processing yard, and prepare yourselves to meet the undisputed heavyweight champion of wood waste management, the Bandit Model 4680, aptly nicknamed the Beast Horizontal Grinder. And trust me implicitly, it more than lives up to that intimidating name. This tracked mobile monster isn't just chipping small, convenient branches. It's literally devouring entire logs, massive, awkward stumps, and tangled brush piles on a truly industrial scale, turning waste into a valuable commodity. Observe as that skilled operator perched high in the Prentice knuckle boom loader, itself a highly capable machine with precise hydraulic controls allowing for delicate maneuvering, carefully feeds the beast's massive moving steel infeed conveyor like it's offering sacrificial snacks to a hungry mechanical dragon. Inside the grinding chamber, a giant heavy steel rotor weighing thousands of pounds and spinning at incredibly high RPMs, armed with dozens of brutal, replaceable cutting teeth or heavy hammers. We're talking massive diesel engines pushing 600, 700, maybe even exceeding 1,000 horsepower dedicated solely to obliterating tough wood fiber into valuable mulch or biofuel in a veritable explosion of particles. After the really big stuff, like logs and brush piles, are cleared or processed, there are often still some stubborn, deeply rooted obstacles left behind to deal with. Time to deal with the stubborn, unsightly leftovers. After the valuable trees are harvested and the main logs are hauled away, you've often got these pesky, deeply rooted stumps cluttering up the landscape, making essential tasks like replanting for future growth or converting the land for other uses incredibly difficult and time-consuming. Enter the dedicated track stump grinder, possibly a large Fecon or Vermeer model, typically painted in high-visibility orange or yellow for safety. This specialized heavy-duty behemoth exists for one single destructive purpose: to make problematic tree stumps completely disappear from the face of the earth. Its primary weapon of choice, a massive, heavy, high-speed cutting wheel, probably several feet in diameter, studded with incredibly tough, replaceable carbide teeth, specifically designed to chew through dense wood and even small, embedded rocks without complaint. Watch as it descends like a giant, angry buzzsaw from heck onto that defiant tree stump. It doesn't simply dig the stump out, leaving a large hole. It utterly pulverizes it in place, turning solid wood into a manageable cloud of chips and dust, grinding it down layer by layer, often taking it well below the original ground level to prevent any annoying regrowth. And just when you think you've witnessed the toughest, most challenging pull imaginable, the relentless forest throws down yet another incredible test of strength. Oh, you thought the last bulldozer pull we saw earlier was impressive. You might want to hold my coffee for this one. Folks, here we have another truly epic struggle playing out dramatically in the thick mud and mire. A truly massive log, easily weighing several tons and looking like it was part of an ancient giant tree, is hopelessly stuck fast, almost suctioned into a slick, steep, muddy incline. It looks completely, utterly immovable, like it's grown new roots deep into the mud overnight. But who do they call when sheer brute force is the only remaining answer? The undisputed king of heavy grunt work, the mighty Komatsu bulldozer. Once again, likely a reliable D65 model, or perhaps even a larger, more powerful variant, deploying its incredibly strong, heavy-duty rear winch. That thick steel cable goes taut almost instantly, singing with tension under the incredible strain. You could probably play a tune on it. The dozer digs its heavy steel tracks deep into the unstable earth, its powerful diesel engine roaring like a wounded bear at maximum throttle, fighting desperately for every single ounce of available traction on the slippery slope. It's a slow-motion, high-stakes battle unfolding before us. Pure mechanical muscle versus the combined forces of gravity and the incredible suction power of the deep, wet mud. Watch closely as the log inches forward agonizingly, resists stubbornly, digs itself in again, then finally lurches free with a tremendous, earth-shaking heave. This is pure, unadulterated machine muscle winning against seemingly impossible odds. Getting these massive logs moving is certainly one major challenge, but successfully getting them out of the forest on treacherous, unpaved roads presents a whole different set of dangers. Getting the valuable timber moving with powerful dozers and agile forwarders is one thing. Hauling it all the way back to civilization safely presents a whole new, often nerve-wracking set of challenges. Check out this absolute workhorse, an orange Nissan diesel logging truck, clearly a rugged, heavy-duty off-road model built specifically for these demanding, punishing conditions, groaning audibly under an enormous, almost precariously stacked load of giant, heavy logs. Seriously, just look at the sheer size and estimated weight of that payload. Easily 40 tons, or possibly even more, towering high above the cab. But the road, well, calling this muddy track a road is being extremely generous. It's more like a suggestion. It's a treacherous, deeply rutted mud track carved haphazardly through the middle of nowhere, slick as ice in many places, with deep puddles hiding potential hazards. Watch the skilled driver wrestle constantly with the large steering wheel, expertly navigating the slippery, unpredictable surface, anticipating slides and correcting them before they become critical. Prepare to be seriously amazed, folks, because this is where modern forestry technology genuinely starts to look like something straight out of a science fiction movie, perched almost casually, yet securely, on a ridiculously steep, debris-covered slope. The kind of treacherous incline you wouldn't even want to attempt walking on, let alone operate heavy machinery. We have the incredible Komatsu Harvester, likely one of their advanced, purpose-built 900 series machines. Forget needing flat, level ground. This sophisticated machine is specifically engineered for safely and efficiently harvesting timber on extreme mountainsides. Its specialized tracked or unique 8-wheel chassis provides insane stability, often featuring highly sophisticated active leveling systems that automatically keep the main operator cab and the powerful crane perfectly upright and level, regardless of the challenging ground angle beneath it. And that crane, it skillfully wields the complex harvester head, a piece of advanced technology easily worth a small fortune, packed with intricate sensors, powerful cutting saws, and sharp delimbing knives, with mind-blowing speed, uncanny dexterity, and pinpoint precision. Watch in awe as it grabs a standing tree, rapidly zips off all the limbs in seconds, cuts the trunk to a pre-programmed, optimized length, and then neatly stacks the processed logs, all in one incredibly smooth, efficient operation. From the absolute peak of high-tech forestry automation, let's get back down to earth for a moment and appreciate some essential, powerful, hands-on work. After witnessing all that incredible, almost unbelievable high-tech wizardry operating on those steep slopes, sometimes you just need raw, reliable handheld power to get the fundamental job done right. Deep in the quieter parts of the forest, our skilled logger is going head-to-head, one-on-one, with a massive felled log, armed only with his considerable experience and a trusty, powerful chainsaw. Judging by the distinctive orange and white colors, the aggressive look, and the powerful sound ripping through the otherwise quiet woods, it's probably a professional-grade steel, or maybe a Husqvarna model, perhaps packing 70, 80, or even 90 cubic centimeters, cc's, of pure, unadulterated two-stroke fury. Sawdust flies like golden sparks as that razor-sharp chain, spinning at incredible speed, bites deep into the thick, pale wood, slicing through it cleanly. This isn't easy work by any stretch, folks. It's incredibly physically demanding, requires immense skill and constant concentration to make straight, accurate cuts and, crucially, to avoid dangerous kickback situations. And the constant heavy vibration is enough to shake your fillings loose after a long, hard day. Adapting familiar, reliable machines to handle uniquely tough conditions is a recurring theme and a key strategy in successful forestry operations, as we're about to see next. Just when you thought thick mud was the logger's only significant natural enemy in the forest, Mother Nature decides to throw a chilling curveball: snow. Or perhaps it's just really cold, slushy, miserable mud hiding under a thin white blanket. Either way, the ground conditions are slick, heavy, unpredictable, and treacherous underfoot, or more accurately, under tire. Here we see some fantastic, practical ingenuity at its finest. A rugged, reliable farm tractor, perhaps a Valtra, or a similar robust Scandinavian brand, well known for their durable forestry applications, has been cleverly converted into a makeshift but effective forwarder or log skidder. It's been carefully outfitted with a specialized logging trailer, complete with its own small hydraulic crane for self-loading logs, and crucially, heavy-duty steel tire chains wrapped tightly around those big agricultural tires, desperately biting into the slippery, frozen mess for any available traction. This entire improvised setup is attempting to haul a heavy load of valuable timber out of a seriously nasty, boggy patch of forest floor. From adapting modern tools for harsh conditions, let's take a quick, quiet step back in time and appreciate some traditional, manual methods of wood preparation. Let's take a brief, welcome breather from the constant roar of powerful engines and appreciate some traditional, time-honored skill and craftsmanship. Before the invention and widespread adoption of efficient industrial debarkers, like the massive one we saw earlier, this is precisely how you prepared logs for tasks like building log cabins or milling into lumber. But of course, in today's fast-paced world, technology usually offers a much faster way to achieve a very similar, clean result, as we see right here. Okay, back to the familiar whine of power tools. What if you desire that clean, rustic, hand-peeled look for your logs, but you'd prefer to get the job done sometime this century rather than next? Check out this incredibly ingenious device in action. It's a standard, powerful chainsaw. Looks like a reliable Husqvarna model from here, but it's been fitted with a clever, specialized attachment, often called a log wizard or a similar debarking tool. That distinctive blue, or sometimes other colors, device mounted securely on the end of the chainsaw bar, replacing the nose sprocket, houses small, rapidly rotating planer blades, all powered directly and efficiently by the saw's own engine. Watch how effortlessly it glides along the curved surface of the log, literally shaving off the outer bark layer in a continuous, satisfying spray of fine wood chips. And finally, folks, we end our journey today with perhaps the most epic, jaw-dropping test of raw strength and mechanical determination that we've witnessed all day. All right, folks, buckle up tightly, because this is it, the final ultimate boss battle of our incredible forestry adventure. Forget everything else you've seen so far today. This right here is the absolute textbook definition of an apparently immovable object meeting in truly unstoppable force. We have a log so unbelievably colossal, so massive, it looks like it belongs in a mythical giant's forgotten lumber pile, deeply embedded and seemingly suctioned fast into a steep, treacherous, muddy incline. Honestly, from here, it looks absolutely, positively impossible to move by any conventional means known to man or machine. But who you gonna call when you need a genuine miracle of mechanical muscle? The undisputed king himself, the mighty Komatsu bulldozer, winch cable securely locked, loaded, and ready for war. Listen to that powerful diesel engine scream under the absolute maximum load. The heavy steel tracks are churning mud like crazy, digging deep trenches as the dozer strains with every single ounce of its 20-plus tons of dead weight and its 200-plus horsepower engine. That thick steel winch cable is stretched banjo-tight, vibrating visibly under the immense, almost unimaginable pressure. It's an agonizingly slow, grinding, metal-on-mud battle against the relentless forces of gravity, friction, and the sucking mire. Watch intently as the log moves just a fraction of an inch, stops stubbornly, strains again with renewed fury, then finally with a mighty earth-shuddering heave. It breaks free, pure, raw, unadulterated mechanical power, conquering the seemingly impossible. Unbelievable. What a machine. What a pull. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you love seeing these mechanical beasts pushed to their absolute limits out in the wild, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring the notification bell so you don't miss out. We've got plenty more awesome heavy equipment adventures coming your way that you won't want to miss. See you next time on Techbeast TV.